It started with a tap on my bedroom window. Not a knock, not a scratch, a single, deliberate tap, like someone wanted to make sure I knew they were there, without alerting anyone else. The thing is, I live on the third floor of an apartment complex, and there's no balcony. I stayed frozen in bed, phone in hand, debating whether to open the curtains. My heartbeat sounded louder than the wind outside. Eventually, I told myself it was probably a tree branch or a bird. I pulled the curtain open just an inch. No one was there. Relieved, I went back to sleep, laughing at myself for being paranoid. But then the tapping came again. The next night, same time, same rhythm. Tap. I didn't look this time. I just turned my light on and stayed up all night. By the third night, I couldn't take it anymore. I opened the curtains fully. There, on the other side of the glass, was a man, pale, gaunt, and smiling. I screamed, but in the second it took for me to recoil, he was gone. Not like he ducked away, just gone, like a switch had been flipped. I checked the street below. No one, nothing. I even called the building manager. No fire escapes, no ladders, no maintenance work scheduled. They chalked it up to stress and suggested I talk to someone, but I knew what I saw. 2 days later, I drove to visit my parents in the countryside. I needed to get away. They live in a rural town with more deer than people. Peaceful, I thought, safe. On the second night there, I woke up to the same tap, except now it was on the living room window downstairs. I stood at the top of the stairs, clutching the banister, heart thudding. I didn't want to look. I didn't want to confirm what I already feared. But eventually, I did. There he was again, the same pale man, same hungry grin, standing still, like a mannequin left in the dark. This time he waved. My dad owns an old hunting rifle. I grabbed it and bolted outside. I was ready to confront him, but when I got there, no one, no footprints in the frost, not even a smudge on the glass, except across the field by the tree line. I saw something moving, a shape ducking low. I chased it. The man led me to an old dried-up ditch near the edge of the forest. I hadn't been out there in years, overgrown, forgotten, and there, standing at the bottom, was a small wooden cross, half buried in leaves. It looked handmade, worn by time. There was no name on it, just a symbol carved into the wood, a circle with a line through it. The pale man stood beside it, unmoving. I raised the rifle. Who are you? What do you want? He didn't answer. Instead, he pointed to the ground, and then to me. Something about the way he moved, like he wasn't entirely connected to gravity, unsettled me. He pointed again. Ground, me, and then he vanished, like fog in sunlight. I couldn't sleep that night, couldn't eat. The image haunted me, him pointing to the ground, then to me, like I belonged there, like it was a grave. Back inside, I told my parents everything. My dad grew pale. I never told you, he said, when we first moved here. Before you were born, there was a boy, local kid. He went missing after school one day. They searched everywhere for him. Eventually, a hunter found his body in that same ditch. Looked like he fell and broke his neck. Tragic accident. What happened to the body? I asked. My dad hesitated. They buried him, But some folks say weird things started happening after, like he wasn't resting. Someone vandalized the grave. A year later, after that, they moved the marker, tried to forget. Was there a symbol on the cross? I asked, like a circle with a line. His eyes widened. Yeah, his little brother carved that, said it was a way to keep him safe, like a seal or something. That night, I had a dream. I was lying in the ditch, staring up at the sky, couldn't move, couldn't scream. The man leaned over me, only this time, he wasn't smiling. He whispered, "I didn't fall." I woke up screaming. The next morning, I went back to the ditch with a shovel. I dug. I don't know why. I just had to. I dug for what felt like hours. At first, nothing but dirt. But then I found something. A second skeleton, smaller, curled in a fetal position, and beside it, a camera. I brought it to the sheriff's office. They called in forensics. The bones didn't match the missing boy. They were newer. And when they developed the film from the old camera, the last image was of the pale man, smiling into the lens, standing behind someone mid-scream, someone whose face was blurry, but uncannily familiar. It looked just like me. They never identified the second body, and I don't know how the camera got there, or what the man really was. All I know is the tapping hasn't stopped, and last night I found that same symbol, the circle with the line, carved into my window from the inside.